Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Tuesday, September 11th, 2012. We'll be looking at a few different charts today, starting off with the India Bombay Stock Exchange, or the BSE. And you can see right here that we have actually advanced the stop. It was here. We've now moved it up to this point here. Reason for doing that is this overall trend is a little bit different than what we're seeing a lot in the U.S. And this has actually got a lot more volatility to it. And so you get a move up here to the previous high, which is our first target. So you either took your profits there or you advanced your stop to tighten up your position so that you lock in a gain no matter what happens, or at least eliminate risk. This could continue to move higher like you've seen in the past. You had this move to the upside, a nice pullback here, another move to the upside, breaking out above previous resistance, but didn't go all that high before she rolled back over and she had to pull back. You can't have massive moves like this without a pullback, so eventually you are going to get one. We've got a nice move to the upside here. Depending on what else comes out of the news this week, we continue to press higher so that you can stay with it. That would make sense, but keep it trailing your stop so that when you eventually do get to the peak, you get stopped out early enough that you can just sit back and hold on to your profits, and then when you get a bottom of the pullback, you can get back in again, right? Okay, that's what we're doing with that. I went into the U.S. markets in pretty good detail yesterday, so I'm not going to bore you guys with all of that. Basically, it's trading out exactly what we expected. A little pullback here down to previous resistance acting as support. However, I wanted to bring your attention to the NASDAQ because this one is actually, based on the U.S. charts, the strongest one in my opinion for those of you guys who are late to the party or something of that nature. You're looking for something to get into, get involved in. I would look at this. I would look at any ETF that track this as well. What I like about this is obviously that it's pulled back, of course, back to support. You're finding a really good entry point here. But you'll also notice the volume here. Notice the volume on the breakout points. That's important. When you get a breakout, you want to see good volume, or at least volume increasing. We do see that, so that confirms the breakout here. But then you also want to note when you get that pullback, is that pullback a low volume pullback? If it is, which it is, then you don't want to concern yourself with it. It's temporary. It's just a bunch of people that are selling because they don't know what to do, or they're taking little short-term profits. There's not like a lot of convictions at that moment. That's a buying opportunity, and you can see that because the next day you get some buying activity that supersedes the selling activity the previous day. I would be buying that guy. She's going to move higher. Currently, the stop on this particular trade remains off this low point here, and I will keep it there until we actually do make this move higher, and then I would start advancing it and trailing the stop. The initial launch of your trade, you'll oftentimes see a little bit of a shakeout there. You know, that's why you don't want to advance the stop too soon. You can get shorted, or not shorted, you can get stopped out too soon, and then you're just left sitting there holding the bag while everyone else is laughing at you going higher. So give it a little bit before you advance the stop. Once you take off again, I'll start advancing from that point. But right now, I just see a few trades out there that I'm willing to get in at this point. This is probably the best one that I see out there. And everything else is just letting it ride. Keep making money on it, right? Okay. If you've not been to our free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free, and all we ask in return, please refer a friend. God bless, take care, and I will see you in the next video. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.